Hello, Fabulous Leo. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of October 2018, looking at life and love. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. What an amazing month it is. We have an active sky. We have the shifting of planets and the ending of a major Mars retrograde season. I'm really excited to tell you about it all. But let's start with lunar activity, because lunar activity tends to be what we feel most. It is most on the surface. And for you, in the first part of the month, we are going to have a new moon that is happening in a part of the sky for you that has to do with communications of all kinds, messages you may receive or that you may send, random interactions that you may have. This part of the sky also has to do with siblings, cousins, and neighbors. Now, this new moon is going to be speaking with Pluto in a conversation of tension. And what this tells me, the overriding theme here is to be aware of power dynamics, to be aware of your own motivations as well, and to ensure that you are communicating with others, and in particular, these types of people that I mentioned, with absolute compassion and kindness. It is in this way that you are able to get a right perspective as you interact with others. This connection of Pluto and this new moon, if I'm being very straightforward with you, this can be an energy of drama, okay? So one of these people might be going through a situation in their own life and presenting drama into yours, or maybe inviting you in to some drama it is that they are creating. It's always up to you to decide if you want to participate. That is one of the great things about us as human beings, is that we can decide. We can actually see what someone's going through and decide if we want to participate in the energy field that they are expressing, or that they're riding in, or that they're sitting in. And that may be part of the choice that you make at this time. And it can be at this time that it feels as if there's some emotional strings being pulled, whether or not that feels manipulative to you, or whether it feels like genuine need to you, will be in light of your unique circumstances. But ultimately, it is always up to you to decide what is right for you to communicate. But you do want to make sure that you are communicating from that place of kindness, or else it can be that you are the one who seems to be coming across as doing the manipulating. That's what you want to avoid most ideally. What I'm very excited about with this energy, though, is that I do feel like this is going to help you to understand what it means to have a meaningful voice for yourself and in your world. This is a part of the sky that, yes, it has to do with the literal voice, but it also has to do with our creative voice. It has to do with what we believe it is that we are meant to share in the world, in our lives, and whether that's over the course of a life or just for right now. This can be a powerful opportunity for you to understand more deeply what that unique message may be for you, and where it is that you are ready to commit more deeply to sharing it, and what your unique vehicle may be to share that message. As we get towards the later part of the month, we are going to have a full moon that I'm very excited about. This full moon is happening at the very top of your sky. It is happening hand in hand with Uranus, speaking in harmony with Saturn, and standing across the sky from Venus. This to me is all about reward and opportunity and just luck, a lucky energy being with you where it comes to matters of your career, where it comes to your social standing, where it comes to the achievement of your goals, and also being more in alignment and feeling yourself more in alignment with life purpose. Because this is a full moon, there is a sense of closure and fruition happening at this time, but because Uranus is involved, and Uranus is really all about the future. It's all about leaping forward. And Saturn being there tells me that the results that transpire are ones that last, are ones that ground you for a long time to come. There may or may not be a sense of the right compensation being associated with some of the opportunities that may find you. And that is because of that Venus standing across the sky, but you absolutely can see your way towards greater prosperity as part of this larger equation. This is a time when you may find yourself with promotion. You may find yourself in an interview or an audition situation that goes very well for you. You may find yourself taking leaps forward where it feels that much more like you are realizing what before at one time was just a vision for your life. Where it comes to matters of love, Venus will go retro right around the 4th of the month at the very foundation of your sky. This is infamous for bringing past loves back into your life. And for you in particular, as we get towards the later part of the month and the last week of the month, that is when the surprise element, the pop-up element of people from your past can absolutely transpire. You are one of the signs most likely to feel like out of nowhere, someone has showed up that you had a connection with long before. At the same time, what is happening towards the end of the month is that Mars will leave shadow. So we have been in this extended Mars retrograde season since the spring. Much of this retrograde season has been spent with Mars in your opposite sign. So this should be very welcome, such a relief for you. I do feel like we're not totally out of that moment just yet where you really feel like things where it comes to love starts to ease. That is going to happen once we get to the middle of November. But at least for now, it's going to feel less like you're going over old ground, or again, this idea of people popping up. Pay attention to what is happening as we get to the last days of the month. That is when most of the love-related activity is going to be happening for you. It is in those last days of the month that perhaps someone that popped up, or an issue that popped up for you way back, like going way back to the end of June and also possibly the end of July. It is going to be those issues now that get another look, that get a further clarity for you so that you can move towards resolution. And if you are looking at this energy in terms of that Venusian energy, as much as there is that activity happening in the last days of the month, also pay attention to what's happening right around the 4th, because in some way you will be returning to what is happening at the beginning of this month. Once we fast you forward to the middle of December, that's when the people that pop up for you, the feelings that you have, the love-related inspirations, they will make a lot more sense and reach a whole other layer of clarity once we get you into December. So where it comes to love, if you are open to meeting someone new, the pop-ups from the past, yes. But the other part of this energy as well is you do want to pay attention in the early part of the month with that new moon. Online connections that you make could end up having, some very intense connections there. You want to pace yourself as best as you can if you do end up connecting with somebody online. But having said that, it really is the last days of the month where, someone you thought was a certain way ends up being very different. Like maybe somebody that you knew and you didn't realize you were connecting with someone that you actually had a connection with before. That awareness comes and surprises you in the later part of the month. For those of you in an established bond, I feel like Mars retrograde season being over is going to come as such a relief. You especially do want to pay attention to what is happening at the very end of this month. The chance to resolve anything from the past, whether it's issues or any kind of ongoing patterns, you'll be able to do that. At the same time, you'll get a lot more clarity as to what was transpiring within your partnership, particularly what was transpiring way back at the end of June. This is where you get the clarity, you get the closure, and you feel that much more certain that the two of you are moving forward together towards a shared and solid future. What I love about this month for you, well, look, there is a lot to love here, but I do love that Mars retrograde season being over for you. I think that that is going to really allow you to shift the energy where it comes to relating to other people, and particularly where it comes to love-related interactions. At the same time, though, I really am so in love with that full moon happening late in the month. I think that that is going to not only help you to feel like you are realizing a dearly held ambition, but simultaneously feeling like a whole world of new opportunities just opens up quickly, but in a way that feels right and with opportunities and blessings that last. Well, thank you so much for watching. You can get a video like this every week by logging on to astrofabulous.com or nadiyashah.com. Sign up to be one of my superstars. Superstars get expanded, exclusive video scopes each and every week, unlimited access to special horoscopes, and so much more. All of this in the superstar space. I look forward to meeting you there. It'll be a great month. Enjoy.